Pusher, you are moving with purpose. You are speaking with purpose. Pusher, we are healing out loud with you. Don't stop, push you forward. Don't stop sharing your truth. Continue to trust God and believe in His plans for you. Pusher, we are healing with you. We see you.
Hey, it is your girl Pusher. If you're not pushing forward, you're moving backwards. Say it out loud. Forward,
Forward
ever,
never,
backwards.
backwards never.
Yes, forward, ever, backwards, never. Now, did you go over to pusherlife.org throughout the week and take the pledge? Healing 1 million people, one person at a time. Did you go do that? If you didn't, you got time. Go over to pusherlife.org. There's a link, healing 1 million people. Hit that link and take the pledge. You're taking a pledge to commit to your own growth and development. And you're choosing to do that on a collective level. Although we are aware that it is an individual journey, but those of us that has decided to do this thing together, we are taking the pledge so that we can grow and learn together from one another, because we are aware that iron sharpens iron. We are aware, you know, the song, I need you, you need me. We all are a part of God's body. That is so true. So take the pledge, and while you're over there on pusherlife.org, go get your copy of Remember Me, because I already know that you have your copy of It Takes One to Know One workbook and journal, and I know that you already tapped in and started doing the work. And because of that, I now want you to go get Remember Me. Yes, we are on number 3. Oh, I got balls. That right. Yes. I see you, people. I see y'all, and y'all coming through.
I
Okay,
can't see
let me
them.
shout you out now. If I get your handles wrong, please forgive me. But I see you in the chat, Pusher community. I see you. I see some new people. I see my sis in love from ATL. I see you on this great evening. Thank you for always tapping in. There's one special lady that I don't see yet. Cynthia Brown, I see you. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for tapping in, and thank you for being the first recipient to receive Remember Me. And so you got to chat with me and let me know what you think about it. And if you have any questions, go over to info at pusherlife.org and ask me anything. That's why we are doing this healing out loud, so that I can aid and assist as needed. But on tonight, even though I see you in the chat, I see y'all being active already. And I appreciate your time. You can be anywhere, but you chose to push forward with us. And as always, for those of you who've been here from day one, you know I like to maximize every second of every minute in this hour. And so without further ado, I know this face is familiar. While we are examining this beautiful face, don't forget to like, don't forget to share. We're not gatekeeping this information. We want you to share it. So do not forget to hit that button down there, that like button. Hit that like button. It pushes us through the algorithm. And also, don't forget to subscribe. In order to comment, you got to become a subscriber. In order to create some traction, we got to do our part. So as a community, that is what we pushing. In the meantime, in between time, I want this lovely young lady to reintroduce herself to some and introduce herself to others. I'm having technical difficulties. So go ahead and introduce yourself and talk to the chat for a minute.
Hi guys, I'm Malia. Some know me as Malia, some know me as Coco. I am the sick nurse. I wrote a book. My book is called Just the Tip. I promise. A phlebotomist diary. Um, I am in the process of opening up a phlebotomy school. I haven't really talked about it, but you guys know now. I just did my first refresher course for my school on Saturday, and it was amazing. Um, I have 3 kids. Yeah, and I'm just growing, working on myself, sticking, going to school, and striving. Because
People, anything's liable to happen. So bear with me. Anyway, you've said a lot, so I'm gonna, rewind it back because I do have a few questions because you were number one, the first person to be on the People Pusher on this platform. You were the first one who took this step to be courageous, to heal out loud. And I am so grateful for that. And so on tonight, because we don't want to waste anyone's time, and I definitely don't want to waste your time, we want to make this meaningful, and we want to make the people, especially the pusher community who has been pushing you, who has been encouraging you from day one, who has been praying for you in their secret place, when God places them in front of you, those that have been on purpose pouring into your life. I'm saying you started your journey on this very platform. And so I just want to slow down for a minute, and I want you to talk about where were you when you first did the very first episode. Now
um
we on season 2, episode 16. So
yeah,
you were
wow.
on season 1,
Episode 1.
episode 1,
Yeah.
and we are at season 2, episode 16. See, people, I need you to tap in and I need you to lean in, because we going somewhere tonight. So season 1, episode 1, and now
Mhm.
we are at season 2, episode 16. Remind some of us that has been here in your journey, and inform those who are new on tonight, because I see
My
some
son.
familiar and unfamiliar handles in the
Mhm.
chat. So I know there's people here for the first time. So take us back and kind of paint us a portrait of your beginning. How what state of mind you were in. And remember, we are healing out loud. We are
Mhm.
about being honest and transparent with the intent to heal and
Mhm.
pray that someone is blessed from what we share. Because remember, greater the pain, greater the passion,
Mhm.
greater the passion. So paint the portrait for us.
Okay, first, my sons is on here. I want to say hi to Tyon and Tyray. um, when I first did episode 1, season 1, I think I was trying to find myself. I couldn't understand why things were going. One minute it was good, one minute it was bad. Then I was losing my mind. I felt like mentally I was off. I felt like mentally I didn't know if I was going left or right, but I was going. I just know I couldn't stop. Stopping was never an option. Giving up wasn't an option, but I was literally lost. I'm like, okay, I did this, I did that, I did this, and everything's still not working. It's not clicking. I was trying to find some rhythm. I was trying to find some hope. Episode 1, I think I cried that whole episode. I think I literally cried the whole episode 1 because I was filled with so much anger and rage and hurt and unfamiliarity, and um I didn't understand who I was, and that's just what the problem was. I didn't take the time out to know who I am. I gave everybody else what I thought I was supposed to, and I just didn't give it to myself. I gave everybody else grace. I gave everybody else love, time, forgiveness, and I didn't know how to get that to myself. Like I didn't even know what that looked like. I was so hard on myself. All I knew was either I wasn't enough, I was doing something wrong. I didn't know I didn't know how to give myself grace. I didn't know how to say, Malia, it's okay. I didn't know how to lose people. I thought losing people just, I couldn't do that because that just means, that's like it was like a rejection to me. It was just like, one of those type of things. So from episode 1 to where I am now, it's literally a different place. I'm not there no more. I'm no longer there, and I see myself and times where I can look back and see those things, or I'm still working on some things. But I can honestly say where I was in episode 1, I am nowhere near that. In episode 2, I mean season 2, episode 6, I'm just not that person anymore. All I knew was Coco. Like I had literally became Coco to the point where I didn't want nobody to call me Malia. Now I'm literally going back into myself. As Malia. I'm literally finding Malia. Um, I'll tell somebody quick, don't call me Coco. My name is Malia. Coco was literally like a face for me. And that was Coco was the fun girl, the outside, the, uncertain but made it look good. And Malia, I am what it is. I'm not sugarcoating. I'm not hiding. I'm not trying to appease anybody. It just is what it is. And I am who I am, flaws and all. That's just what it is.
Whoa, girl. I got to take a deep breath. This is different. And so, push your community. Y'all, I know that I'm not the only one tripping that has been here since day one and has been a part of this young lady's journey. So, for those that, for the first time, that is in this space, let me give you a little more content so that you can open your heart to receive what is actually taking place. So on this particular platform, what we do is heal out loud. And so because we are real people that go through real life struggle, we are at a place in our life that we refuse to suffer in silence. And so what happens is we have chosen to expose those things that we want to hold secret, those things that we want to I remember on one episode I said I don't have skeletons in my closet, and someone responded, I didn't know they still had skeletons, and I said, well, maybe they got mummies. Either or either or, I don't want neither. See, when I open my closet, I want what is supposed to be in there to be in there. I don't want to suffer in silence. So we are a community of people who push one another into our greatness, to become a better version of ourselves every second of every minute of every hour. We only get 24 hours. And because we are aware that we are imperfect creatures, we decided to have accountability partners. We have decided to have coaches. We have decided to hold one another accountable, because once you see it out loud, you have no choice but to commit to the decision that you are making for your life. So if you are tapped in now, I'm asking you to reflect on your life and your journey. Because we oftentimes put a timetable on our growth and development. And I'm saying your growth is based upon the decisions that you make. The same way you choose to go left, you choose to go right. The same way you choose to go forward, you choose to go backwards. And yeah, is it some intensities that we're going to feel? Yes, those emotions, they grip us. And they hold on to us. But guess who got all power and authority to put those emotions in check? The individual that is experiencing it. And so on this evening, it is a big deal. Why is it a big deal? Why are we excited for Malia's growth and development? Because just a couple months ago, this wasn't the conversation.
Mhm. No. Mhm.
We plant seeds. Once you plant the seed, don't worry about who's going to come along to water.
Mhm.
Because guess what? You either have a responsibility to cultivate, you may have the responsibility to plant the seed, you may have the responsibility to tool the ground, you may have the responsibility to create the plot in order to plant the seed, you may have the responsibility to just water. But understand you do not have the responsibility for someone's growth and development. That
Mhm.
belongs to God.
Mhm.
God is responsible for our growth and development. God and God alone. And when we tap into that, it will enable us to heal out loud with the intent to give hope to somebody else. And so on this evening, Malia, I celebrate you. I salute you for making the decision to grow, making the decision to change your mindset, making the decision to heal out loud. And the greatest thing, the greatest gift that you can give to me is to be proud of yourself, is to be able to see yourself as a participant in your very own growth and development. We got to honor that. We started this journey with you,
Mhm.
and we're going to fulfill whatever God has for us individually in your life because you're doing the work. And it's evident. So tell us, slow down. I know you gave, us your resume, your new resume. You did. You gave it to us. But I want you to slow down because as you share it, I want you to feel it. I want you to own it. I want you to experience it for yourself. It's one thing to have the community excited for you, but we want you to take in this moment because this is about you and you choosing you. But you said something really, really powerful. Let me back up. You said you were afraid to lose people. Talk a little bit about that. What do you mean by that?
um, I guess because I feel like I come from I used to come from rejection issues, abandonment issues. So to me, um, I wouldn't let anybody go, no matter how they treat me, how they see me, what they do. I held on to them because not for them, but for me, because I
Mhm,
feel like that's all I had, or that's all who would. Um, they the only people that would deal with me, so I had no choice but to deal with them or to keep them around, or they love me, but this was the way they showed it. So
mhm,
I just I didn't love myself. That's just what that was. I didn't love myself enough to know that what they were offering me and what they were giving wasn't even 25-30% of what I really deserved. So I really had to I'm I've held on to people way longer than I should have. And it took me to start trusting myself and loving on myself a little bit to realize, like, that's not love. Like, when stuff be happening, I don't know, you're like, and something inside of you is saying that's not right, or you shouldn't be treated like that. But you're so chasing, just wanting to be loved and all of that stuff, that you go for anything, versus when you start finding yourself and you notice that I don't want that for myself. And that's okay. It's okay that I don't want to deal with that and I don't have to. So you start removing yourself. You know, you may have a conversation, and then once the conversation is had and you don't see a difference, then I got to remove myself. It's no more conversations to be had because I love you, but I love me more. You know,
Wow.
I have to set the boundaries of how I want to be treated and what I want, what's acceptable for me. I don't care if you say you can tell me you love me all day, but are you showing me that? Are you making me feel it? Because one thing about myself, I try to make everybody around me, I try to make you feel it. You're going to know like she care, or, oh yeah, I can call on Malia, or I try. That's like me. That's just a part of my heart. I'm compassionate. I'm thoughtful. I'm gonna make you feel it. So I just be wanting that back. Everybody is different. You know, I had to learn that you can't. I can't expect myself and other people. That's the
Wow.
main reason why I was going wrong, because I feel like if I'm showing up for you, and you know you can call on me for anything, and I can't call on you at all. Well, how is that fair?
Hmm.
Now, where does the equal love and friendship, and that's not. And if you expect this of me, I should expect this of myself. And I just can't. At the end of the day, I can only hold myself accountable. I can only know what I can do. And what I'm learning is people are going to people. You have to let them do them. And if they really are for you, then they'll show that. You don't have to ask, borrow, beg, look for it. It's going to come to you. You're going to feel it. They're going to make sure. So I'm just learning that you can't expect you and people, everybody is different. Everybody was raised differently. People come from different types of backgrounds. So, you just have to set your boundaries, stand on them, and love people for who they are, and, just go from there.
Woo, girl, you is spitting it. I don't even have to do anything. Woo! Come on now. It's like an NA meeting. It will work if you work it.
It really will. It really will. It really, really will.
So I have a
Amen.
question. I really do. So what you've said a lot, and I'm going to try to unpack it. What was the pivotal? What was the turnaround for you? What was
Pivot.
your aha moment where you was like, hold up, I gotta do something different, and you begin to change your mindset? Because what it sounds like is you went through um you're mature now in your perspective and how even how you present yourself to people and your expectation of yourself and others. What happened to get you to this point?
I feel like the end of last year, I feel like I mentally lost my mind somewhere, and I couldn't, I couldn't find my path. It was just like, no matter how hard I was going, nothing was working, nothing was clicking, everything was falling apart even more. Like nothing was getting better. So, I had went on a job interview, and the job interview, I got the job. They were gonna hire me, all this stuff, and then called me like not even 3 days later, and was like, "Sorry, we got to take the job offer back. You're not getting it," and it broke my heart so bad because, again, I draw blood. So one of my dream jobs as a phlebotomist was American Red Cross. Everybody under the sun wants to work for Red Cross. So when they did that, it really it did something to me inside. I wanted to quit. I didn't want to draw blood. I didn't want to do nothing. I was just like, nothing I want to do is for me. Like I quit. Like I don't want to do nothing. Like I know I can draw, but like what is happening? So I called you. I called you and you were at work and you were like, come on down. And I sat in this room with you and Miss Michelle, and I cried and cried and cried and cried and cried. And Miss Michelle asked me like 3 or 4 questions, and she said, you just need some direction, baby. Like your vision is clear, but you just need to sit and sort it out. And I know what can help you. So I interviewed for Pivot that day, the Pivot Reentry Program, and Pivot, the whole 9 weeks was my aha moment. Every single day for 4 days, for 9 weeks was my aha moment. It, because it made you really had to be open with yourself. You had to be honest. You had to face some stuff that you really don't want to deal with. I had to deal with some things that I really had literally blocked out. Like it wasn't even there anymore. And you just had to be open and honest with yourself. And that was my aha moment because by as I was as I was going through the program, life was lifing for me at the same time. It was so much going on. And that's what made me mature because it taught
Wow.
me a different way of doing life. Like it's okay. It's okay if this person don't want to be my friend. It's okay. It's okay if my boyfriend left me and he don't want to be with me no more. That's okay. You know, everybody has a right to choose for themselves every single day. Everybody has the right to choose. Freedom is a state of mind, baby. So what you think about is what it is. So at the end of the day, because he don't want to be with me, okay, so this is where my boundaries come in at. You just can't come back no more. You stay where you at. You chose for yourself. Now I have to choose for myself. And that's just how it was. That was like my aha moment going through Pivot. I literally carry Pivot with me. I had my freedom packet in my purse. Like every day I'm going through something and I pray and I pivot literally through life. That was my aha moment.
Wow. I thank you for sharing that. I want to put this disclaimer out. I had nothing to do with um her pivot experience going
Nothing
through
at all.
this.
You was the worst. You was
Um,
really the worst.
as much as she wanted, I had nothing to do with her
She wouldn't even answer
process.
my questions, y'all. She was the worst
She
for me.
did not get into pivot on the strength of me. She has been impacted by the criminal justice system, and that's what made her eligible. Let's put that
Yes.
disclaimer out there.
Pivot is a program for the reentry for women who have been incarcerated, detained, done time, anything like that. Anybody a female with a record that really just, she feel like she can't get a break.
Your
Like,
voice is crackling, baby. We can't hear you. We need to hear all
oh,
that. You got to fix that. We need to hear all that good stuff. So while Malia fixes her audio, I just want to, yeah, I know I play too much, but I am so serious because I like to be honest. And although everyone knows where I work, I just wanted to, I felt compelled. I stay in my lane, and I never want to hinder anyone from going through the full process. That is not my thing. And so everything that she did, she chose for herself. And do I coach her? I do. I do. Outside of that, on her personal time, um, everyone knows that I do coaching. I do one-on-one coaching, and she gets that work like everybody else. It doesn't matter. And so as a result of her making decisions that are conducive to her growth and development, now we have the privilege to hear some of her wins throughout her journey. And keep in mind, she said life still was life, and things still was happening in her life that was unpleasant. Yet she still chose to push forward and accomplish the things that she so desired. That is a
sorry, I don't know what
no
happened.
problem. We got you in this community. You know, we live. They understand, they get it. If they don't, they'll catch it tomorrow. But listen, you said something, and I see High Def Tone repeated it. I can't expect myself in other people. He said that's a bar. I want you to kind of talk a little bit. I want to unpack that because you said a whole lot in there. And so I'll just want you for a minute to kind of take a deep breath. So you wasn't quite clear for me. I didn't hear a separation. And so I'm going to ask you to kind of go back into your answer because you said that there was a
Mm-hmm,
time you expected people to be you, to
mm-hmm,
respond how you responded and
mm-hmm.
do things the way that you do them, but you didn't kind of tell us if you crossed over, if you are now in a place where you can accept people for what they bring to you and not oppress upon your views, what you think, feel, and believe upon them? Can you make the distinction?
Um, I'm learning. It's still a process. It's easier for me with some people than others. Some people I'm still expecting, and I'm working on that. Like, some people it's just a given that I feel like they should know, and that's I'm working on that on my part. Other people it's easier for me to be like, okay, this is just how they are. I think I have an issue with that with people who've been around me for like years, and that I feel like has been in my space. I'm gonna use my best friend for an example. I feel like we've had several discussions. We've talked about some things, and I expect some things of her, even with me setting boundaries. And I just feel like I still struggle with expecting these things from her because I feel like she's been around long enough and we've had conversations and she's asked questions that even with me expecting and I shouldn't expect, she should know. So that's where I still struggle. But at the same time, some of those same relationships, God been ended. And again, because of who I am and how I feel and the things that I lack and were suffering from, I just didn't know how to let go. So I would just keep putting up with certain things. Now I'm not there no more. I feel like I'm not expecting because I feel like if we've had a conversation and we've talked about it, and I don't get the results, I want to make sure I say this right because I don't want it to be taken wrong.
Right.
And I don't get the results that and I don't get the results that I'm expecting. Oh, I'm disappearing. That's just off the bat. Because if I've had a conversation with you, no, I'm not expecting you to be me, but I am expecting you to stick to my boundaries or at least accept them. If you can't accept them, that's okay too. But you don't belong in my space, type of situation. That's just what I'm trying to balance out now. I think I am much better with expecting. I'm gonna use my birthday. This last year I was like heartbroken and disappointed. I felt like, I wasn't as much as I celebrate everybody else's and show up for everybody else's. Last year I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel like I felt like I didn't nobody showed up. This year I went into my birthday not expecting a soul. My actual birthday I worked all day on purpose. I didn't want to do anything. And my phone rung and people was calling and what you want to do. And then Friday people was calling and what you want to do. And I really didn't really I was after my party was canceled. I was upset, so I wasn't expecting anything from anybody. But my birthday turned out perfect this year and I wasn't expecting it. So I felt like this year because I wasn't expecting and I wasn't putting that pressure on anybody or even on myself to be like I wasn't going to show up for me if that one's going to show up. I didn't put that pressure on myself and this year was easier. And this year was like the best. I all I can say I've met in the last 6 or 7 months. I met some amazing people through Pivot and through my own friends. I have my one friend Lay I talk to all the time, and my friend Nah. She does everything with me in my business, and she's like my personal diary. These people, when I let them, they show up. I was in my way with some people.
Wow.
Nah been my friend for years, and she always wants to date, she always wants to be in my space. She always wants to grow with me. But I have these other people who has been in my space for longer, and I would cling to them more. And they were the people that I shouldn't been clinging to. So now I'm in a space now where I'm learning and I'm just letting life. I'm letting life take me where I'm supposed to be. And I feel like I am right where I'm supposed to be. I'm not expecting anything out of life, not even from myself. I'm taking every day as they come. I know what I want. I know the goals that I want to reach, and I'm doing it. And every day I'm surprising myself because my expectations aren't what they were. Even for myself, I give myself grace. I give people grace. You know, so I can't expect people to be me. Meaning, I'm gonna give it my all. But who's to say? Because this is my all, that you're not giving your all. That might be all you have.
Come
So,
on
you
now,
know,
girl.
you just gotta, you know, tell your truth and walk
Girl.
in it. People, I feel like the people who are meant for me, they're coming. You see, I just gotta clear their way. I can't mix the good people with the people that really not supposed to be here. So I had to do some work on myself. And now that I'm not expecting anything from anybody, everything is coming how it's supposed to.
Wow, girl. You are exciting my soul. I'm trying to tell you. And I know Michelle is back there like probably screaming at Bailey.
She
I
like
know she
freedom,
is.
baby.
She probably screaming at Bailey right now. I know that girl. They look, if you know, you know. But listen, this
That's
is
my
this
nine right there.
nah.
I said, that's my nine right there. She said, this is your
Okay.
journey. Hmm.
But listen, honey, I'm telling you, I hear a grown woman. I hear a voice of a grown woman that's healing, that is beautiful inside and out, and that has decided to look at her life scars as beauty. And now in a place to share it with the intent, not for attention, not for accolades, but to help somebody else. Understanding that this is about decision making and understanding that as an individual, Nas says, yes, I'm over here. I'm over here screaming and crying for her. Cry for me because I got to keep it cute, honey.
Yeah, I said I wasn't crying tonight.
Listen, I am Shao says grown woman. I
Hmm.
love, I love, I
All the way
love.
to Northeast Market. Freedom
Freedom
is a
is a
state of
state of what?
mind.
All the
Freedom.
way to Northeast Market. Wait a minute, hold up. You're a little bit too far from Northeast Market where you
Yeah, because
at.
I'm all the way west, baby. I'm by
So you
Lexington.
screaming at like
I'm screaming at
wonderful
Lexington.
maid is she? Yes,
So,
Brandy.
but I want
Yes,
to be,
yes.
so if I have to be honest though, I am still struggling, and it's a process. But what I'm learning is, because I mentioned it to you guys at dinner the other day, um, I have to know that it's okay for everybody not to like me, because I notice when I go in some spaces as myself and I'm smiling and I'm happy and I'm greetable. Some people don't like that, and that's okay too. You see what I'm saying? I just gotta keep being myself, because I'm trying to figure out, what am I doing wrong, or what did I say wrong? Even at my new job, I'm at my new site. It's new girls. The old site, the first site that I trained at, they love me. I get to the new site and you come in and you greet them and they don't greet back. They like looking at you funny, and that makes me feel away. So, it's just like, well, damn, what did I do? But I know I didn't do nothing. So then I have to take a step back and readjust myself and know this, that ain't about me. And I gotta continue to speak. I had that conversation with a few of y'all last week, and I tried it this week because I was told to, Malia, still speak. Go in there every morning and still speak, because I stopped speaking. You only get one or two tries, and that's all I got for you. I'm not speaking no more because I'm not going through that. But this week I actually kept speaking. They still don't speak, but that doesn't bother me, because at the end of the day, I spoke. I'm still gonna be me. It is what it is, and I'm that part I am still struggling with. People don't understand. I was raised that when you walk in the room, you speak. When you're around people, you greet them with respect. So when you don't do that back,
Well,
that boggles me. It's
let's put a pin in that. Let's put a pin in it. Let's stop right there. I'm gonna help you right now. We can
hmm
cross over. So remember, you said that you struggle with expecting people to be you. Remember?
hmm
So
hmm
you were raised, you, Malia, was raised. When you walk into a
to
room,
speak.
you speak. Malia was
Hmm.
raised. You ain't in other people's
That's true.
households to know how they were raised.
That's
Maybe they
true.
were, you just wasn't. And so, because that is true, because remember, two truths can exist in one conversation.
That's true.
I was raised when you answer the phone, say, Praise the Lord.
Yes, we
That's
were.
how I was
Yes,
raised.
we were. Yes, we were. Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that the other people were raised in
Let's say
that.
hello.
I like what
That's
I like
true.
what Brandy said. We must be patient with our journey and allow grace over us. This is what I like. Grace over us. Choose grace over what you think a person should do. What you think a person should feel, how you think a person should respond. Choose grace over your perception. Why am I saying this? Because as long as you have this vision within your perception, you're going to find yourself at this still
Mm-hmm.
struggling with setting the same expectations you have of yourself to other people, which is not fair. It isn't healthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when you say, this is my friend, I'm going to assume, we talked about that earlier today, that you have invested time with that individual to get to know that person. And you said it earlier, with your friends, you communicate your expectations, you communicate them, and you make sure you are clear. That's different than the expectations that
Mm-hmm.
you put on yourself, or the expectations that your parents or whoever raised you put on you, how you were reared.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if you want to no longer struggle in that area, all you have to do is challenge your own perspective and make the decision. You can't play the middle. Pick a side. Pick a
Mm-hmm.
side. You either going to walk in your freedom to choose that which you desire without blame,
Mm-hmm.
shame, and guilt,
Same on guilt.
and
Mm-hmm.
understanding that that individual or that body of people have that same freedom to choose that which. You got
Mm-hmm.
me? We got to
Yeah.
pick a side.
And
That's
I
why
don't
we
like playing the
find
fence.
ourselves, yeah, that's why we
Yeah.
we find ourselves struggling with things that all we have to do is just change our, is in our mindset. As a woman thinketh in her heart, so is she.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle said, in our journey, remember, people haven't gone through a pivot and they haven't been pushed by a pusher. Let me add that.
At all.
And they are living in their own blame, shame, and guilt. When are we free?
When
When we are free, we
we are
live in
free, we live
forgiveness,
in forgiveness, gratitude, and take
gratitude,
responsibility and
and
accept.
so
Mm-hmm.
what are we accepting?
We're accepting our truth. We're accepting that they aren't ready to live in their truth yet, and that's okay. We're accepting
But
that
what
we
if
can
they
only.
are living in their truth?
Oh, they are living in their truth. Well, I don't know because that might be why they feel guilt. That might be why they are ashamed. That might be why they're so mean and angry because they don't want to face the reality of their truth either. That's why a lot of people are miserable because they would
Why
rather
were you
portray
miserable?
something.
Let's not talk about the people. Why were you miserable? Why were
That
you
me
angry?
too. That was what that's why I was angry because I was so my anger comes from I felt like I just wasn't good enough. I was angry because I didn't know who I was. I depended on everybody else to basically tell me who I was. Like that was crazy. So that's why I was angry because I wasn't happy with who I was.
All right, now this audio is messing up. That's because she's talking
I
good.
was doing. I would rather blame you and make you feel guilty when it's my own stuff. I have to take accountability for. So that's why I was angry. That's why I can say a lot of people are miserable because they don't want to sit and deal with the things and face their own reality. Once I
So
sat
because
and
you
had to
know how,
deal with something, so
hold,
my
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's put a pin there. Because you are aware of you,
hmm
just making this about you and not other people.
hmm
We can really cross over. It's not about people. Let's bring this back about you. We're deflecting. Yeah, I know. you, see, you was doing good. You was doing good. Now you bringing it out, B. So listen, now that you are self-aware and you are accountable, you are taking responsibility, you're taking ownership of you, good, bad, and indifferent. You are holding
Mhm.
yourself responsible. Then I ask you, where's your compassion for other people? Because it takes one to know one. It takes
Mhm.
one to know one, which is why this workbook and journal is so important for us to commit to do the work. It really do take
Mhm.
one to know one. But what enables us to have compassion is the fact that we can remember. When you can
Yeah, but
remember, when you can remember, you will be slow to speak and quick to listen. Why? Because you remember. Let process that. Oh, yeah. By the way, that's the name of my book. Remember me.
remember
Go
me.
over to push and get
A
that.
plug.
Remember me.
A plug.
You see how that just happened organically? I had
A
to slide
plug.
that in there.
A plug.
I gotta get it in. I just slid that in there. You see how that happened?
Yeah.
The Lord is on my side. Thank you. Go over to pushthelife.org. Get your copy of Remember Me. Understand that we doing this work. This is what this is about. We getting it in, and we ain't playing with it. So I want to get your, all jokes aside. I really want to really understand if you have the capacity to give compassion. You are already aware what you won't tolerate, what you will tolerate, what you have patience for, what you don't have patience for. Your boundaries are your boundaries. Boundaries is really not for other people. Boundaries is put in place to protect you
Mhm.
from you.
Mhm.
And so because we are aware of that, when we speak from a place of compassion and not necessarily speaking at people's situation. Or, and I like what you said earlier. You said that I have my standard and my standard is my standard. I'm going to communicate my standard. And if you are at a place where you can't,
Reciprocate that.
not necessarily reciprocate it, but if you can't adhere to the standard, if you can't live by it, if you can't
Mhm.
respect it and accept it, then you need not be in my space.
Exactly.
I respect that. I definitely do. But then there comes a time where you go through a situation and have people in your life that you recognize, because remember, it takes one to know one.
Mhm.
You recognize the pain, you recognize the hurt, you know what resentment looks like. You know what a miserable person looks like to a certain extent, only
Mhm.
because we went through these emotions. We have relationships with
Mhm.
some of these emotions, and so we know what it looks like, we know what it feels like, we know what it smells like. So when we see it, we are able to give compassion even when we are the ones walking away, even when we are the ones that is saying, I can no longer be in this relationship or situation or friendship, however you choose to tag it. I want to be clear that you understand that although you have a responsibility for your growth and development, you also have a responsibility to not damage or harm a person that you are aware that is broken, that may show traits of where you've been. You have a responsibility to show up different. You know why I told you when you shared with me that you just stopped speaking altogether, and I stopped you in your tracks and said, no, you will not. you will go and be yourself and speak. Do you really know why I told you that? I want you to
I
answer
think
it. That's
so.
not rhetorical. I told you that because
I
I
think
couldn't. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no. I was gonna say I think you told me that because for two reasons is how I took it. One, because somebody I took it as though somebody they might really need that. That might be something, they might be having a bad day, and me just saying that, even if they don't respond, could do something for them. I took it as that, and I took it as don't dim myself down for someone else. So I took it two different ways. Still be myself, even if they're not receiving it, and also they may just receive it and they just don't respond. So don't people. If I could have made their day and they're just not gonna say nothing about it, is what I mean. Or don't change who I am for people.
Right. Bingo. You got it. Right there. Right there. Why? Because if you go in a dark place and then you become dark, where's the light? When you are the
Yeah.
one that is holding, you could be, we don't ask for the responsibility. It comes with it, baby. It comes with it. When you decide to grow, when you decide to tap in, when you decide to surrender, when you decide to say, I'm no longer going to do it my way, you take on the responsibility, whether you want to or not. Because
And
you
I'm
don't have
finding that
to.
I am a leader.
Yes, that you are.
I was made a leader. I was made a leader. So that's why I wanted to say when you say compassion, compassion is just me. That's one of my characteristics that I feel like I was born with. I bring that. I bring that. Not even trying. I give compassion. Um, I give compassion free. I give that effortlessly. Like I don't even have a cutoff with that. I give compassion to people that probably don't even deserve it. But I give compassion. That's just one of my characteristics. I give compassion. I give grace. I give love. The person I give it to everybody but myself. So I'm learning right now, not saying I don't have it for anyone else, but I have to have it for myself to give.
Right.
I have to know for myself and believe it. Not just say it. I have to know it for myself and feel it and believe it for me to make you feel it for yourself.
Right.
I've learned just with being with my pivot sisters, and we all are still in contact, and when I talk to them, um they see me. They watch me grow. They were with me, and they really honestly take what I say and know that what I'm saying is true. And it's not because it's me. It's because one, the way I come at them, I'm very compassionate of their situations. I'm very thoughtful, and I use myself. I always use myself as the reminder, as you said, that I know what that feel like. Hey, but let's do this to get you out of that. So I know what grace and compassion is. I do very well with that. I just have to learn how to give it to myself.
Right. And we'll get there. Like Brandy said, we have to learn to be patient with ourselves. And
Mhm.
we not gonna get to everything that we don't gotta pick ourselves apart. We are
Mhm.
we possess fertile ground. And what this means is the seeds that individuals are coming along to plant, they will do what it's supposed to do. As everything is a
Mhm.
process. I shared last week, I seen the vision but I didn't see the process, and guess what, I trusted.
Mhm.
And so I just want to, I celebrate you. I really do. I admire you. I admire your tenacity, your strength. You are courageous. Mrs. Prince said, Malia, there is so much growth in you, and it's coming out beautifully.
Thank
Yes, that's one of
you.
your day ones who was here
Yes,
from
it
number
is.
one, season one, episode
Yes.
one. Yes,
No,
one
that's
of your
really one of
day
my day ones.
in real life. And so,
In real
yes,
life.
yes, I pray, and I know you do. I know that you feel the love. I know that you are loved, but most importantly, you love yourself. And I believe it
Mhm.
and I see it. And I am so, so, so proud of you. I am. And it didn't take a whole lot. It really didn't. It just took for you to open yourself up. Mrs. Prince said Pampers.
She did it before I was here. Mhm.
Yes, yes, yes. And so I just pray, and on behalf of the Pivot family, we are proud. We really are. But what we want to do is, you are the one that did the work. You did the work. You chose you. You
Mhm.
made the decision. And so, because you only get what you put into a thing. So you made it, came in making a deposit, and you got a return. And for that, we are so
Mhm.
grateful. And we see you and we hear you and we celebrate you on behalf of the Pusher community. We salute you. We are so, so, so proud of you. We are. And so won't you tell, just remind some people who came in a little later about what are you offering today? What's going on in your life? Give us that again.
So today I am I am in the process of opening up a phlebotomy school that I plan to have open before the winter. I am now offering phlebotomy refresher courses for anyone who already has their license and just need like some some stick practices or refresher courses or like the order draw. I offered that already. I did my first class on Saturday and it was amazing. I offer I start the nursing program July the 7th, so I've done all my prerequisites, and I am actually walking into the nursing program a year and a half left to become an RN. So I come with I offer a lot right now, and um, January 1st, 2025. I didn't. These have been goals for years on my list, and I have to say it because it makes a difference. I've had
Mm-hmm.
these same. I've been a phlebotomist for almost 6 years, and um, I've since I stuck, I fell in love with it. I always knew I wanted to teach it. I always knew I wanted a phlebotomy university, but I was so fearful of me. And I used to say I'm fearful of the critics, meaning I'm scared of what people going to think of me if I do this. Now I'm not scared of the critics. I'm not scared of myself. Me, I was my own enemy. I was in my own way. But from leaving Pivot not even 2 months ago to now, I have my LLC for my um phlebotomy school. I have a EIN for my phlebotomy school. I'm waiting for my DUNS numbers to come back for my phlebotomy school. I actually have a mobile phlebotomy and IV hydration business that I'm actually once I get the school going, I'm going to work on that because I plan all my students that come through my school. It's so hard for phlebotomists to get a job. I want to hire them. So that's just my goal to start them out. I want to teach them and hire them and put them on their way. And I just have all these amazing things I want to do, and I know that they are obtainable because it's not even been 6 months and I'm opening up a school. So once I get
Wow.
out of my own way, everything has been falling in place for me. So yeah, my book is on Amazon still. Just a tip, I promise. It's a phlebotomy book. It's a book for everybody, but if you're in the medical field, any kind of healthcare, you want to be a nurse, that book is really a good pick me up. It has like you can take notes. One of my friends, he doesn't even know nothing about it. He bought it to support me, and he told me he used it for a journal because you can take notes and journal in it. Like it's a multitask type of book. Yeah, go get my book. Look out for my school, Justice Stick Bain School. Look out for my business, Go Pretty Fluids, IV and Hydration Mobile. Yeah, I'm coming.
Yes, girl. While you was talking, I was like, I remember when you just came and you just needed and needed and needed, and now you are here giving and offering and giving and offering. This is amazing. I love it here. This community is amazing. It really, really is, and I pray that you feel the love. You in the chat, I so appreciate y'all. Y'all were on one on tonight, and I appreciate it. I appreciate your support. Do not forget, remember, we do not gatekeep information. If this has blessed your heart in any kind of way, please share it with your community. Please come back next week. We are live every Wednesday at 6:30. And so I'm going to give you a brief little itinerary so that you can have an idea of who will be on next. Before that, Miss Eliza is someone who's near and dear to me. She is a part of the Ladies League of Baltimore, where and you know all about it. And those that do not, go to Facebook and look up the Ladies League of Baltimore and learn what we do. We do have an open house coming up soon.
Oh,
But Miss
excuse me.
Eliza,
Can I plug?
give me a second. Miss Eliza is having a book signing on June the 21st. June the 21st. I will post this on my Facebook page, and my IG page, and my TikTok page, everywhere. I will post it this week, so be on the lookout for that. Let's support her. I will have her on next week. And so tap in, come back and bring a friend. We will have Miss Eliza on to talk about her publication. But in the meantime, between time, June the 21st, we will be at the House of Chief to support Miss Eliza in her book signing. So come out and support. Remember, I will post the flyers on my social media handles. So if you do not follow me now. Pushing forward. I'm definitely all over. And another thing, the following week, we will have yours truly, High Def Tone, will be in the building. Yes.
Yeah.
Let me take that back. My apologies. It hasn't been solidified yet, but that's what we are working on. I will wait for him. I definitely will. So you will be putting up with me until this brother get on this platform to share his
We
wisdom.
claiming it. He gonna be there next week.
And
we claiming that he gonna be there next week.
What he has to say. Yes, Malia, what did you want to say?
I forgot.
You forgot?
Oh, I was saying you can. No, I didn't. I was saying soon you can add that to my accolades as well, because I am actually going through the process of becoming one of the Lady Leagues of Baltimore. I have one more where I have to do the activities and then pay my dues, and then yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That was a secret.
I did one. Yeah, I've been doing my stuff. I just got one more. I gotta go to one of the activities and pay my dues, I think, and then I'm good.
Girl, look at her making ball smooth. I told you I ain't got nothing to do with it. Now she don't tell me everything, and I'm her coach. I'm her pusher, and she ain't even told me that. Surprise! You see how we keep secrets?
I think I got one more. I gotta check with Miss Michelle, but I'm sure it's one more.
Okay. Let's go. Yes, Brandy. Let's go. Yes, I am so excited. I love you all. Thank you so much. I love the Pusher community. Thank you for tapping in. Y'all don't understand. This has been so exciting. It is so rewarding. For when I know that it when you are a participant in someone's life, and see, this is not just my friend, this is actually my cousin that I have to handle like I handle everybody else, so that she can get this work, and just for her to be receptive and go through the process. It's just amazing, and it's just incredible to see. That's why I'm telling you, we don't gatekeep information. Do not gatekeep information. If it works for you, share it. If you know that it is empowering and life-changing, share it with other people. And whether they are receptive or not, as long as you do your part and share the information. In the meantime, between time, do not forget to go over to PUS'HERLife.org. Take that pledge, healing 1 million people. Do not forget to get your copy of Remember Me. And if you want to book your girl Pusher, remember, we do so many things, from liturgical dancing, one-on-one coaching, to empowerment workshops. And or if you want, oh yes, July the 12th, I will be speaking. So look out for that. I will be speaking at a woman's event. So look out for that on my social media. I will be putting that out there. Your girl is stepping out on faith, and I have been asserting myself and networking and meeting people, and as a result, people are calling and asking for your girl. And so if you yourself looking for a pusher, I am your girl. So all you have to do is go over to pusherlife.org, go to the contact us page, and let me know what you want, and somebody will respond. If you missed any past episodes, you can also travel over to pusherlife.org. We got the episodes on the website, so it's nowhere that you could go that you cannot find us, because we are active. Remember me. Get your copy. I love you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Malia, is there anything that you want to say before we close?
I just want to thank my community that is on the chat today. I sent out texts all week long. My kids, I thought they was at work, but clearly both of my sons and my daughter has been on the chat, the whole entire chat. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight, for seeing and accepting me being vulnerable, letting everybody into my world and my heart. I hope you guys do go back and really watch episode 1 to see my own growth. I'm actually on 2 of her shows. I don't know what the second episode was, but I'm on 2 episodes in season 1 and 1 episode today. So my growth is on there. You just have to go watch her shows and literally in real time see where I am.
Yes,
To understand where I am today. So thank you.
I'm
and
actually going to go
stick
back.
refresher courses.
I'm actually going to go back to watch because I'm so excited. So I'm actually going to go back so that I can take some notes and send you something because this is a big deal for me, and it's important for us to do this. This is why we heal out loud. This is why we have created this space for us to do this kind of work, and you just have proven that it works if you work it. Mm-hmm. And so I just appreciate you for being receptive, for doing the work, for choosing you, because that's all you did was chose to be a participant in your own growth and development. In the meantime, between time, I love you all, and it is nothing you can do about it. Remember, next week we will have Miss Eliza, and the following week we praying that the King will be in the building. High Def's home. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I do. It is your girl Pusher. If you're not pushing forward, you're moving backwards. Say it out loud. Forward ever, backwards never. No, really say that thing out loud. Forward ever, backwards never. Have you gotten your copy of It Takes One to Know One workbook and journal and people pusher? No, then travel over to pusherlife.org, go to the author's page, and you will find It Takes One to Know One and People Pusher. Come tap in.